For decades, credit repair relied on a physical piece of paper. You found a legal template online, filled in your name, and mailed it off. But in 2026, those manual methods are being replaced by automated, metadata-driven dispute models. This old strategy focused on Section 609 of the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Consumers believed they could force a deletion simply by demanding that a credit bureau produce a physical, signed contract for a debt. It was a tactic designed for the era of these brass post office boxes and paper files. But today, creditors transmit information electronically. The modern reporting system does not require a physical signature to verify a debt, making this rubber-banded stack of paper envelopes an ineffective weapon against a digital record. The major credit bureaus, like Equifax, operate as highly advanced data fortresses. They are not human-staffed reading rooms. They are massive, automated environments designed to process information at a scale humans can't match. When a consumer mails a generic legal template, they are essentially challenging a high-speed machine with a piece of paper, which almost guarantees the request will be discarded. The bureaus use an automated screening shield called e-Oscar. This system uses optical character recognition to process every piece of incoming physical mail before a person ever sees it. The software scans the text of your letter to find predictable, repetitive phrases. It is specifically programmed to recognize the linguistic patterns found in 609 templates downloaded from the internet. If the OCR software detects these patterns, the system immediately flags the dispute. This allows the bureau to legally categorize the request as frivolous without performing a manual investigation. The statistical result is nearly absolute. At bureaus like Experian, manual template disputes now face a rejection rate of 99%. Disputing an account is no longer a narrative argument read by a human investigator. It is an algorithmic sorting process designed to identify and discard predictable inputs. To counter this, a new generation of AI-driven platforms has emerged. These systems don't use stories or narratives. They operate using the bureau's own internal data language. That language is Metro 2. It is the mandatory, highly technical coding standard that banks and lenders must use to report your credit history. Every character in these segments must follow strict reporting rules. AI agents perform forensic audits by aligning your files from Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion into 3 parallel columns. They compare the code across all 3 bureaus simultaneously. The AI is looking for illogical sequences, like a credit card reported as open on one bureau but closed on another, or an account that moves to a charge-off status while skipping the mandatory 60 and 90-day late codes. Pointing out these technical discrepancies allows the consumer to cite a specific violation of the federal requirement for maximum possible accuracy. This shifts the focus from a personal story to a verifiable data error. This discovery leads to a Metro 2 attack. The AI generates a factual dispute centered entirely on the identified code anomaly rather than a broad denial of the debt. Unlike old methods, this attack doesn't ask the bureau to find a physical contract. It demands that the bureau prove the account is coded in full compliance with technical standards. This creates a problem for the e-Oscar system. When it is hit with a complex logic error it cannot automatically reconcile, the bureau can no longer use an automated rejection. The bureau then has to decide: pay for a manual investigation by a human specialist, or choose the zero-cost option of deleting the item. Because the cost of a forensic human audit often exceeds the value of the reporting, the bureau will frequently delete the inaccurate data to avoid the expense of the investigation. Accessing these powerful forensic audits no longer requires hiring expensive credit repair firms or paying high monthly fees. Platforms like Dalvly, DisputeBee, and SwitchLabs now offer these AI audits through direct API integrations, allowing consumers to run the same technical checks used by enterprise-level lenders. These systems also automate the logistics, tracking the 30-day legal response window and triggering follow-up actions if a bureau fails to respond or provides an illogical answer. The shift in the credit landscape is complete. Manual tactics have been replaced by code-driven verification, where the accuracy of the data field is the only factor that determines the outcome. Subscribe to learn how to deploy these AI tools to monitor your files and act on reporting errors the moment they appear.